It is the first day of school for the state's largest district, and nobody was in class. Teachers stood outside on the picket lines, stood outside of their schools to hold day 3 of their strike and hold off with those picket signs. Now, while students, they began the new year learning virtually. Now, I'm Yolanda Harris, so thank you so much for joining us at 5:30. I am live outside the Columbus City Schools Board of Education headquarters here, and we're waiting to hear how negotiations are going. The teachers union and the school board have met with a mediator in an undisclosed location, but here's what we do know right now. The two groups met at the bargaining table starting about 4 hours ago. Their last meeting nearly a week ago lasted 12 hours. The two main sticking points after that meeting were pay and building conditions. So to get a check on where negotiations stand now, I'm going to turn it over to 10 TV's Kevin Landers. He's live outside the teachers union headquarters tonight. Kevin.
Well, good evening. Both sides have met more than 20 times, still have not been able to find common ground to end this strike. We know that talks are still ongoing, and joining me now is Regina Fuentes, who's the spokesperson for the teachers union, who is also a high school teacher. What can we read into the fact that negotiations are still going on?
I think hopefully we can read into it that they are doing everything they can to bring this to a resolution, and that hopefully this will all be resolved soon and our kids will be back in the classroom.
Hypothetically, if we get a deal tonight, how quickly could teachers come back to the classroom?
Well, it would have to, the process of going back into the classroom is also something that would have to be negotiated. So it could take a process before we actually do that. And our members would have to vote on any agreement that they came to.
How disheartened are you that it's taken this long to get a negotiation that you would agree on?
I mean, we never wanted to get to the point of a strike. We tried to do everything we could to avoid a strike in Columbus City Schools. However, it seems to be the one thing that is making the district realize that we are absolutely serious about getting the school that Columbus students deserve, and that we are trying our best to resolve the problems that have been in our buildings way too long.
The sticking points remain issues with school buildings, as well as getting full-time PE art teachers in the schools. Does that remain the sticking points in your mind, or are there other issues on the table that still need to be resolved?
No, those are still the key sticking points: the class size, the HVAC guarantees, with accountability, and dealing with our elementary school kids getting back art, PE, and music into a full-time teacher teaching those classes in every elementary school.
We mentioned negotiations are ongoing. Is it possible that both sides could talk all the way into the weekend, or is this a Monday through Friday type of deal?
I don't really know if they're allowed to go into the weekend. I know that our members, I've said before, they would go any day possible. I mean, we were willing to negotiate the Saturday before we voted to go for the strike. So I know that our members are willing to do a weekend. I don't know about the district.
And the teachers will continue to man the picket lines until something is resolved. At this point, we don't know at this point if anything has been resolved.
Right. We have complete confidence in our bargaining team. They're teachers just like us, and they want to end to this as well. So whatever we can do to get our students back in schools, we're hopefully going to resolve that.
What's your message to parents who are sitting there wondering, hey, let's get this together. I can't stay at home much longer. I have a job, I have responsibilities, and my kids are suffering.
We understand that this is a difficult time, but we also understand that just taking the deal that the district gave to us and proposed to us is saying to them, you can continue to treat this situation as you have always and continue to not follow your promises. Hopefully, with what we're trying to do here, the district will agree to be accountable for keeping the promises that they made to the public that elected them into office.
Regina Fuentes, spokesperson for the teachers union, giving us an update on where the negotiations stand. Yolanda, back to you.